a pretty nice truck you got there. What generation is it? 4th or 5th? Thanks, man. It's actually a hybrid. I upgraded it so it's pretty much the same exact as a 5th gen, but it's actually a 4th. Go ahead and look at the dash, you can tell. Yeah, it about looks the same in here. What's the difference? Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's it. Okay guys, jokes aside, there is similarities and major differences. First of all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam and this is V-Belt & Son. Let's go ahead and talk about that new Dodge truck, the 2019. I haven't actually seen firsthand the truck yet, but I checked out the 1500s and, well, interior wise, big upgrade. And then I noticed some stuff that kind of had me thrown a little bit because they're throwing some high numbers at it. Horsepower is awesome, but yeah, getting it going, not bad. And then the high tow capacity, that's another awesome thing the trucks are offering. They're pretty soon you're gonna have a 3500 that's gonna be towing 80,000 gross. Sounds ridiculous, but so does what we have right now. And we're starting to get snowed on, but let's go ahead and knock this out. The last of the generation of the Force to be able to tow 31,000 or whatever it is, but 30,000 pounds behind a stock truck ready to rock and roll. Horsepower is awesome. Some other stuff, but let's talk about the whole truck. Now, I waited till everybody kind of got out of the way and did their own videos so I could see, you know, what I could work on and what other people didn't touch on. Now, the cab on the new, I don't know, I want to call it a 5th gen, but I'm thinking it's kind of leaning towards like a revamped 4th gen because they say the cab is the same. The dually fenders are still huge as hell, and I think the whole truck looks good. I think it's the first one that I actually saw. The initial thought was, that's a good looking truck. I could work with that. That's not a bad look. I think it's because I've already kind of fell for the 4th gen, and it's not a far off shot from a 4th gen. So, like I said, I haven't actually seen one of the 3500s yet. I know a lot of people haven't. All right, well, it started snowing out there and got a little cold. And there's a guy riding a bicycle. Anyway, new truck. Went to the dealer the other day. They say they're going to be a couple months out on even having one there. And couldn't see a new 25 or 3500, but they do have the 1500s there. And, well, for a basing ideas for interior, another big jump. Like, when I think of these 4th gens, this is a Laramie truck. You know, it's got heated cooled seats, heated wheel. It's got the heated defrost, sunroof, and all that good stuff. Man. At least on the 1500 I saw, they really stepped it up. Now, don't get me wrong, you don't need all that stuff. If it's just going to be a work truck, sure. Interior is interior. As long as it's comfortable. In my experience, each generation of Dodge or Ram has gotten more comfortable each go around. Now, I'd say the jump between like a 2nd gen Laramie to these 4th gen Laramies, pretty big jump. A lot of extra gadgets in here. I got a small tablet, more or less, in the dash. Heated cool seats. I mean, keyless entry just by touching my hand on the thing, all that stuff is a pretty big jump. I think the new truck, the 2019 versus 18s or further back, I think the 19 is the biggest jump of any per generation. I'm kind of in shock at how much I fell in love with the interior of it. Now, granted, I just sat in a 2019 1500. It was not a 25 or 3500. My dealer said that's going to be a couple months out before they even see one of those. I'm going to try and go to a different dealer to see if I can get my eyes and a video camera on one to get a better view for you guys. And I'll be honest, I would love to buy one. I got other stuff on the plate that needs to be bought first. You know, maybe if Dodge wanted to say, hey Sam, we'll let you go test one out for a weekend and get some real world towing experience behind it, You know, somebody that's out in the field rather than just test subject towing their standard load through their standard route and all that stuff. But until then, all they had was 1500. So I went ahead and I took a seat in one. Wow. Once I sat in the new 1500 truck, the 19, whew, that is some sweet stuff inside that. First thing, you don't need a sunroof. You don't need a button to start your truck. You can put a key in it. You can do all that stuff. It's a preference. But once you've tried it, it's hard to go back because this stuff is nice. Granted, it's a fingers crossed if it keeps working, but another fingers crossed is that your warranty fixes it if it breaks. That being said, the new truck is sweet. Big old moonroof, goes all the way back like a Ford. One thing that stood out to me like huge was the fact that I always thought it'd be cool to have a camera on the front of your truck so you could just see, oh, you know, there's something up there. If you're on the, you know, a side road and you're trying to get around a stump, you can just look down with your front bumper camera and see if the stump's there or whatever it is. Fire hydrant. You could just get out and look, but dang, if you got a convenience of a camera in the front, that'd be nice. But Ram or Dodge, they took it one step farther. They got this 360-degree camera thing, and it looks like a drone or something is hovering above your truck when you look on your display. You can see all around your truck. And it's got sensors just the same all around your truck. So rather than just, you know, a regular camera out the front, don't know how they do it, but it's badass. It just looks like there's a satellite above you looking down. Heck, there might even be a satellite for the truck because they cost so much they throw in a satellite with it. That was cool though. I really thought that was cool. They changed around the dash a little bit and they put that big iPad in the dash or tablet or whatever you guys want to call it. Center console changed. Seats are still awesome, comfortable. I think the 4th gen seats were comfortable, and then the 5th gen ones or whatever you want to call that truck, they're even more comfortable. Pretty much other than that, everything else is, you know, same old, except for, oh, they park themselves now. We're tough enough. We can park our own rig, but granted, the salesman and I messed around with this truck for like 15 minutes trying to get it parked twice. It wasn't very practical. It would have been just easier for us to park it because we're two, you know, capable people of driving and backing up a 1500 truck into a parking spot. But it did back up into a narrow spot, 90-degree back. You will do parallel park. Either side of the road, you just hit the turn signal to decide which side. You drive by it, it scans it, and then it's like, oh, there's a parking spot. You want that one? You say yep, and it shimmies it, spins the wheel, and everything. Parks the son of a gun right there. That was pretty cool, and it is also pretty creepy. The fact that the truck parked itself, and yeah, probably would never use that if I got one of those trucks. But the main thing I want to talk about is those high numbers they're throwing. Now, like I said, I waited till everybody kind of got their videos out so I can make a point on this because people critique me on this all the time. They say, well, you don't have the brakes to stop what you're doing. You don't have enough retarding power to go down the hills to do what you're doing. It'd be nice to step up a class, but it's hard to find something that's a 4-wheel drive and a higher weight and all that. So a 5500 or a 3500, they fit the bill very well for what I'm towing, and that's about 30,000 pounds on pretty much on a daily basis. Every day I'm working, I'm pretty much towing something. That being said, they told us the horsepower and they told us the torque, which is record-breaking, holy crap, get her done mode. Cummins has been my brand forever, whether it be in a truck or a tractor. My grandpa, he had a 93 first gen with 5-speed. My grandma actually bought a 97 Dodge. She got an automatic, but it still had a 12 valve in it. Dad's got an 01, and that's pretty much all I've ever had. I've actually had 14 of these trucks now. You know, I flip them and all that good stuff. But Dodge with the diesel, the Cummins is my brand. And what they're doing with the new Cummins is, you know, they're stepping it up. They're losing weight. They're doing all this. They're trying a new block. That's all awesome stuff. They're cranking out, claiming 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, 400 horsepower, big numbers. The biggest number was 35,000 pounds towing capability. Now, like what I was saying, people want to critique me all the time on brakes. And Ram's saying that their new truck can do 35,000. I did watch several videos with the guys that run the show at Ram, and they stated there that, you know, it still has a VGT exhaust brake, which is very capable exhaust brake for little hills, flat ground. It's not bad. It actually works very well. Towing 35,000 pounds in some hills, yeah, that's not quite enough. Service brakes on a 3500, this truck can get pushed with just an empty gooseneck on it. You can turn the trailer brakes up, like you should. The 5500, the brakes alone on the truck are more than capable to hold back just the weight of the trailer alone. With the new 3500, the guy says the front brakes are about the same. Rear brakes are a little bit bigger. So out of all that, they upped their towing capability a couple tons, and they didn't really make any bigger brakes. I think that's one of the biggest fails that they had right there, is they're really trying to step up the class of the truck. Now, people have been towing heavy with the 3500 for a while now. And I've tried my best to take the necessary precautions. Like, that's why I like the 5500 better than this thing for towing. It's just the bigger disc brakes it's got on it. It's got a better braking power with just the service brakes. And I really expected, once they said 35,000 pounds towing capability, that the new truck was going to, you know, have all the other stuff. Now, horsepower is awesome. Horsepower is always great. It's nice to get up and go with your big load, but big load, that's a lot of energy to get that momentum, to get it built up. I would still really like to try one of those trucks. I would really like to give a real world impression on how well one of those things would tow. But it's really concerning, just judging by the feedback that I get from my YouTube channel, when I tow what I tow, and I try to make it better than the next guy with, you know, my brakes and stuff. And Dodge came out with a new truck that doesn't have any bigger brakes, and it has bigger towing capacity. So, how do you figure that? But overall, I think the truck is pretty sharp. Price tag is even sharper. Soon they're going to be wanting 200 grand for a truck when we thought Lamborghinis were expensive at that price range. That's, in a lump sum, that is the gist that I got of the new truck. Great horsepower, probably a little weak in the brakes. Interior is completely awesome. I love the interior of those new trucks. I love my truck. I'm not going to get rid of this one. I'm not going to trade it in. Might try to talk V-Belt into buying one. I doubt it. I wouldn't mind to see one of these trucks with a real engine brake on it. I know the load leash, when it's complete stock underneath the hood, no delete or nothing, it's very quiet. They should have got together a pack brake and put a load leash under the hood of one of these, and that would have made a world of difference. Coming from factory, I don't see why not. They're trying to make a big leap. Cummins, get together or design your own load leash weeper system. It's essentially a little Jake brake, and it gets the job done so much better than just a conventional exhaust brake. And as far as the 5500, we don't have, I mean, any of them, you don't have a stick shift anymore. What the heck? I'm thinking that Dodge just really kind of wanted to rule that out and just detuned everything. Everything with the stick shift, they detuned it to the point where people are like, yeah, I'm just going to go with the automatic because it's a lot better power. Because it's got the high output, is backwards now, it's in the automatics, no longer in the stick shift. And now, there's no more stick shift, it's gone. As for a 5500, I wouldn't mind seeing, you know, like Ford's got 750s and stuff like that. That's a big rig, that'll get some stuff done. Dodge needed to make something like that. They could have stepped in that field. But as far as a 45 and a 5500, I wouldn't mind them putting like a 10-speed stick shift in one of those. I'm sure there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And I know the market would have been there, because I would have been probably one of the first to step in there, be like, give me one of those trucks. 6.7, it's got potential. I feel like they're kind of pushing the crap out of it to do what they're doing now. But we'll see. Furthermore, not going to get one of the 2019s. I heard some rumors about 2020. That's what I'd like to step into that game. And until then, maybe I can get my hands on a 2019 and test drive one of those with a gooseneck behind it. Yeah, I would love to do that. To be honest with you, if my YouTube channel could get to the point where I could test drive the new trucks and give like a real world, not just a spokesman for the brand or a guy filming every new truck coming out, but somebody that's actually going to use the truck to see what kind of potential the truck has. From what I've seen, it seems more than capable to do what they're doing, but it would be nice if they had the bigger brakes and the engine brake. But they're pushing the envelope, all the brands are, and it's pretty cool to see, because they're hitting numbers that I never really expected a truck to come off the line and be claiming. Other than that, I'm going to end this video right here, though. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and that is my rant on the new 2019 Dodge 25 or 3500. They haven't said much about the 40 or 5500. maybe they got some stuff in store for that. Maybe I spoke too soon. But nevertheless, I think the truck looks great. Very, very similar to a 4th gen. We'll see what it ends up being claimed as, a 4th or 5th gen. Cool truck. Great power. Weak brakes is what the sound of, you know, that's what I'm hearing. But thanks for watching, guys. Hit them buttons, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Also, vbeltandson.com is my website. Check them out. And if you guys get your hands on a 2019 truck and you want to hang out, call me. I'll come hang out. But see you next time, guys. Thanks. Bye.